everyone and welcome back to my channel. A little while ago I had visited the drugstore and I saw a bunch of new releases, including brand new stick foundations from both Maybelline and L'Oreal. I feel like this is becoming a bit of a trend that everybody now has a stick option to a liquid foundation. And so I sat in the store for a good 15 minutes kind of debating which foundation I wanted to buy, and the price point was actually quite different between the two options, and eventually I thought, you know what, I'm gonna pick up both of them and I'm gonna see how they work. And I figure a lot of people are probably in the same boat as me, whereby you don't know which one to actually spend your money on, which one is great. So let me be your guinea pig and test out these foundations against each other for you. So if you're interested in seeing what the results of the battle of stick foundations will be, will L'Oreal come out on top or will Maybelline come out on top? Make sure you keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I got two foundations with me. One is from L'Oreal. This is the Longwear Shaping Stick Foundation. It is a multi-use stick. It's meant to unify, touch up, and sculpt. The finish is supposed to be natural. You can wear it for up to 24 hours and it'll give you a medium coverage. And then there's the Maybelline stick, which is the Superstay multi-use foundation stick. It is a cream to matte formula, and it also includes a application sponge, and this is supposed to give you full coverage. I've had a chance to play around with both of these foundations. I've been wearing them on and off for a few weeks now, and I have some very strong opinions about both of them. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a wear test and try on for you, but I'm also going to be giving you my feedback on how these have both been wearing. The first big distinct difference with these two sticks is that the Maybelline one only contains 7 grams of product, whereas the L'Oreal one contains 9 grams of product. So you are getting more foundation in this particular stick option than you are with the Maybelline, and you can certainly see that there is a big difference in product. If Maybelline chose not to include the sponge tip applicator, I'm pretty sure they could have gotten 9 grams in there, very similar to the L'Oreal one. But then I think about the L'Oreal coverage, and that's only medium, so if you want to build this up, you'll likely use more of this product, whereas the Maybelline one is full coverage and you really don't need a lot of it in order to cover your surface area, which is your face. I don't know why I said surface area, but we're gonna roll with it. For Maybelline, I did pick up the shade 120 Classic Ivory, which is a perfect match to my skin tone at the moment, and I also picked up Nude Beige number 402 from L'Oreal, which is a little bit on the light side, but I can still make it work. So I think we should just dive right into this experiment. My face is already primed and ready to go. I am using the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I have been loving this since I picked it up, and I don't want to say it's replaced my CoverGirl primer because that is still one of my holy grail primers at the moment, but this is doing a really good job right now. So I'm gonna see how this primer is gonna work with these foundations. The Maybelline foundation is going to cover this side of my face, and the L'Oreal foundation is going to cover, yoink, that side of my face. I'm gonna zoom you in right now so you can see exactly what's going on, and we're gonna get started. I'm going in with the Maybelline stick first, and I'm only gonna draw a couple of lines. You really don't need a lot of this product in order to get a really good base. I find that the Maybelline foundation blends out really nicely with a sponge, but you can certainly blend this out using a brush as well. I actually like using a sponge because it does absorb some excess product, and I feel like it gives me a nicer finish than the brush does, but definitely the brush will give you far more coverage because it's not soaking up as much product, so keep that in mind. There is the Maybelline side all blended out. As you can see, it does provide pretty good coverage, and the shade match is actually quite good. I'm now gonna go in with the L'Oreal on the other side, basically mark up my face the exact same way I did on the Maybelline side. And I'm gonna use, again, my beauty blender. I know it's got a little bit of Maybelline product on it, but let's be real, how much difference is that actually gonna make? And begin blending it out. And there is the L'Oreal foundation all blended out. I feel like both of these foundations do blend out really nicely, although I definitely have to work with the L'Oreal one just a little bit more than I do with the Maybelline one. In terms of coverage, I really do think that the Maybelline side is a lot stronger than the L'Oreal side. I certainly see a lot more redness peeking through on this side over here, but I am gonna try building up both of the foundations with just a couple of extra swipes. I don't want to go in too heavy because I'm still going to use some concealer. And there we go. The foundation is now on both sides of my face. I did build it up, like I said, on my cheeks, and I still believe that the Maybelline side does have more coverage than the L'Oreal side does. I do like the finish of this foundation. It is nice and matte on both sides, even though the L'Oreal side claims to be more of a natural finish. I feel like I'm still matte. I am now going to go off camera to finish off the rest of my face. I am going to powder all of this down, add a little bit of concealer, do my eye makeup, and I will be right back. My face is finally complete. It actually took me a little bit longer to do this because I did film a bit of an eye tutorial on this because it's part of another review that I am doing. If you're interested in knowing what products I use to finish my face off, make sure you just expand the description box. I do try and list every single video what it is that I am wearing, so you know exactly what's plastered on me. So far, everything is looking pretty uniform. I do like the way all of the powders are sitting on top of the L'Oreal side as well as the Maybelline side. I think the colors are actually now all matching, so there's no shade difference between L'Oreal and Maybelline. And so far, everything is looking pretty good. I am gonna go about the rest of my day now, and we'll do one final check-in at the end of the night before I go to bed so you guys can see exactly how both of these foundations have been wearing. Since I have been playing with these on and off for the last few weeks, I do have some thoughts all written down, and I will share all of those with you at the end of the night. So I will be right back. Oh, what is up, guys? Yes, I'm in my shorts. I totally fell asleep. I was so tired from yesterday and the day before and just my whole week that I thought, you know what, I want to take a nice long nap. So that's exactly what I did, and I totally forgot to check in. The time is 7 o'clock at the moment, so I'm trying to go outside. So it's getting into the evening now, and I've had this foundation on for about 9 hours now, so there's a decent wear time. And let me pull you in a little bit closer so you guys can see what's going on my face. So ignore the faded lipstick, but hopefully you guys can see just how this foundation is sitting on top of my skin. So remember, this is the Maybelline side and this is the L'Oreal side. Focus! So you can see it's just sitting on top of my skin. It hasn't done well at all on my nose. You can see all of the transferring that's happened, and a little bit is actually kind of missing from the tip of my nose. On my forehead, it's kind of sitting okay, but like my cheeks, the foundation is just sitting on my face. So it's not looking terribly great, but it's also not as horrible as other foundations. And of course, I am wearing my glasses for this foundation review because I do like to do that to see how everything is gonna last on the bridge of my nose for all of my glasses wearers of the world. Now, what I'm gonna do is actually pop back inside so I can blot my face on camera and show you guys what it looks like, whew, the minute I do that. Horrible angle and lighting to do this, I apologize, but I've got my lighted mirror in front of me. So just quickly pouncing my beauty blender on top of my skin. not doing anything else. I'm pushing the foundation back in there. Okay, and now I'm going to take you back outside so you guys can see what difference that has made. Let's bring you in. All right. So hopefully, once it focuses, so there you can see the improvement. The foundation has just got back to the way it was when I had initially applied it. You can see the improvement on the bridge of my nose as well as my forehead. So all this foundation needs is a little bit of blotting and it does go back to normal. I think I'm also going to end the video here with some final thoughts because I don't think I have anything groundbreaking, earth-shattering to show you. You guys really saw what this foundation looks like once you've worn it for several hours. And honestly, I am not the biggest fan of stick foundations. I've tried the Hourglass one as well. I wanted to love it and I forced myself to love it, but I just couldn't at the end of the day. It made my face look so greasy and blah. Clung to all of my texture. With these two particular foundations, the Maybelline and the L'Oreal, I will say I like the Maybelline Superstay one a lot more than I do the L'Oreal, and I'll tell you why. It's also pretty ironic because I actually dislike the liquid version of the Maybelline Superstay foundation. It did not look good on my skin, but oddly enough, the stick formula works. It's not the best, but if I had to pick a stick foundation, I'd probably pick this one. And I think that it just gave me a lot more coverage, it blended out really smoothly, and it had stronger staying power than I feel the L'Oreal one has. For the L'Oreal foundation, I thought it was okay, but way overpriced for what it was. I don't understand why L'Oreal is increasing the prices to almost $20 for foundation when Maybelline can keep the same price point that it always had, around the $10 mark, and still produce a quality product. I just don't understand that, and I think that's part of my beef with this foundation. So with the Infallible one, I thought the coverage was certainly a lot lighter. I did have to build it up a little bit more in order to get better coverage and to mask all of my redness. I also found through all of my wear tests that the L'Oreal one fades so much faster than the Maybelline one does, and I guess that explains why that product has much more in it than the Maybelline one does, because you're gonna need a hell of a lot more to keep up with how fast it fades. Neither of these foundations are transfer proof or sweat proof. I don't know where the 24-hour claim comes for. It was the L'Oreal one. I don't think anybody on this planet can get 24 hours worth of wear unless they are constantly powdering, blotting, and reapplying throughout the day. So not sure where that claim has come from. But in terms of this particular review, I think the Maybelline one is certainly better than the L'Oreal one. But if you were to ask me, would I go out and intentionally purchase either of these foundations to wear on a regular basis? My answer would be no. I think I'm able to pull off these stick foundations at the moment because it is summer and my skin is really hydrated and plump. It doesn't have a lot of dry patches on it, but I think if I were to wear this in the winter, it would be a huge, huge disaster. So for me, stick foundations are a no-no, but if you are looking to purchase one and you have similar skin to myself, which is oily, textured, large pores, mild rosacea, then I would certainly recommend the Maybelline one over the L'Oreal one. That was a lot of rambling, my apologies, but I hope the information was useful for you, and this is where I'm going to end the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did find it helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. You can also connect with me on all of my social media. I will make sure to link everything for you in the description box below. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you are all having an amazing day, no matter where you are in the world. Stay beautiful, enjoy the sunshine, and everything that nature has to offer, especially this time of year, because I know snow isn't that far. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!